Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into a really interesting moment. High-stakes stuff, actually.
Absolutely. Where government data, the really important numbers, meets political leadership head on.
Exactly. And our mission, as always, is to unpack what happened based purely on our source material. We want you to get a clear, totally unbiased picture.
No spin, just the facts as reported.
Precisely. So for this deep dive, our source is an excerpt from a news report. It's titled, "Trump Fires BLS Commissioner Over Jobs Report."
A pretty direct headline.
It is.
Right.
And, our commitment here is just to relay the information exactly as it's presented in that report. We're not endorsing any viewpoint.
Right. We lay it out, you connect the dots. That's the idea.
Ready to get into it.
Let's do it.
Okay. So the heart of this whole thing is a major personnel change, a real shakeup, actually. It's happening within a key government agency, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the BLS.
Right, the BLS. They're the ones responsible for, well, America's most vital economic data.
Yeah, think about those monthly jobs reports, the ones that can, really move markets, influence policy decisions. Big stuff.
Hugely important data. So any change at the top there gets attention.
Especially, it seems, when it's tied directly to the data itself. That brings a whole different level of scrutiny, doesn't it?
It really does. And what's striking here, what the source immediately flags, is how directly it links this dismissal, the top official getting fired, to one specific report.
Okay, so how does the source phrase that?
Well, the primary action reported is, quite simply, Trump fired the BLS commissioner.
Right.
And then the report explicitly says why, or at least when. It states this happened, quote, after weak jobs report.
After weak jobs report. So no ambiguity there in how the source presents it.
Not at all. The article frames it as a direct, immediate sequence. The report comes out, it's seen as weak, and boom, the commissioner's gone.
Wow.
It's a very, very pointed connection that the source draws for the reader. Cause and effect, basically.
Okay, so that connection is made crystal clear. But then the source adds another layer, right? This bit about a baseless claim of faked stats. How does that change the picture, according to the report?
Ah, yes. That's where it gets particularly interesting and adds a lot of weight.
Because the source isn't just saying there was a claim.
Exactly. It's not just reporting that a claim was made. The report specifically notes that the firing was linked to a, quote, baseless claim of faked stats.
And the key word there from the source itself is baseless.
Precisely. The source itself characterizes the claim that way. That choice of language, baseless, it instantly shapes how the report wants you, the listener, to perceive that allegation.
The source is embedding its own assessment right into the description.
Right. It signals the report's own view.
Yeah.
It's framing that this claim of faked stats had no foundation, according to the source anyway.
Okay, I see. So this isn't just presented as a standard personnel change following maybe, disappointing numbers.
Not at all. The inclusion of that baseless claim element immediately throws the whole integrity of the public economic data into sharp focus. It makes it a much bigger story.
Yeah, you can see how that would elevate it significantly. A rare kind of event, really.
Definitely presented as such within the context of this report.
Okay, so let's just recap briefly. We've dug into this specific incident, pulled from the source, Trump fires BLS commissioner over jobs report. The core elements detailed are the BLS commissioner was fired. This happened, according to the source, right after a weak jobs report.
And crucially, the source links this action to what it itself describes as a baseless claim of faked stats.
Right. That's the sequence and the context provided in the report we examined.
So this naturally leads to a rather compelling question for you to think about after this deep dive.
Okay.
What does it really signify? For public understanding, for trust in institutions, when a key government official overseeing vital data is dismissed right after that data is released.
Especially, I guess, under these specific circumstances reported.
Exactly. Especially when that dismissal is tied in the reporting to allegations about the integrity of the statistics themselves. And perhaps even more so when the source reporting on it uses such specific language like baseless to describe those allegations.
That definitely leaves you with something to consider about the intersection of data, politics, and public trust.
It certainly does. Something to mull over.